Time to do our morning show.
Under how this will go.
Come and watch two guys grow old. These are the days.
If we get a YouTube feed,
We'll just stream on day live then. Mr.
Mr.
We
We
could use a man like Donald Trump
again.
again. I live in a redneck state.
everybody here's irate.
Man, this intro sure sounds great.
These are the days.
What's shaking, Bob?
Hey, happy Wednesday, happy September 1st. It's truck month.
You know what else it is? It's the month that kids were born when mom and dad did the nasty on Christmas. This is like the first couple. If you're born in the first couple weeks of September, you were conceived during Christmas, somewhere during Christmas, that your mom and dad were doing the uppy downy, and that was it. What is he talking about? On my radio,
No.
I have to listen to. No one's big. No
Well,
one's
then leave.
Yeah, no one tells you how
Here.
to listen to
You want
this.
me to boot him real quick?
No, don't boot him. He's fine.
Okay, so
When
on this day in 1939, in the early morning hours of the day, Hitler invaded Poland, starting World War II in Europe. Der Fuhrer called this move a defensive retaliation against the persecution of Germans in Poland.
stupid Polacks.
The name September comes from the Latin septum, meaning seven.
Septum damn near killed him. Just kidding.
Since it was the seventh month of the Roman calendar, which begins in March.
Any other good September?
Let's see. Well, we got some awesome days coming up this month. So I know this weekend is Labor Day weekend here in America. I think it's Father's Day in Australia this coming Sunday.
Get out of here, really? I didn't.
Yeah, it's the first Sunday in September for them.
Yeah, it's weird. I would think that Father's Day would be the same day all over. What do I know? I never really thought of it that much. I really never, I just figured Father's Day's Father's Day. Father's Day's in Canada's Father's Day. What do I know?
That's the most confusing day in the projects.
That's what they say. That's what they say.
Out here, there's a town here called New Hope, Alabama, and we used to say the Father's Day cards out there are cool because they say Happy Father's Day, Uncle Dad.
Uncle Dad. You know what? We have a New Hope here in Pennsylvania. It's a very gay town. Have a lot of gay bars.
So you go there often?
No, I don't. But they also have a lot of shops. It's a very quaint town in Pennsylvania. It's right on the Delaware River, and they also have ghost tours. Like you go there in October, and they have there's a lot of haunted houses over there. Why in New Hope? I have no idea. Maybe back in the day they used to just kill all the gays. Made them ghost.
New Hope here used to be where family trees do not fork, and for some reason they turned it into where all the high end, houses are built and everything's real nice. Like homes over there are like $1 million. So whatever. It's a nice area, but you have to drive over a mountain that's a nightmare to go up and down in order to get there. Like who wants to do that every day to go to work?
Drive up a mountain?
Yeah, it's a big mountain, man. It's all the way up and all the way down. It sucks. Like it's not just a little hill, It's a 10 minutes going over this damn mountain to get to the other side of it where all this high end crap is.
Okay. That's interesting. I didn't be honest with you. I didn't even know that Alabama had a mountain. I figured you guys were.
I think we're in the tail end of the Appalachians.
Okay.
Yeah. We're the tail end of it.
All good things to know, Bob. All very, very good things to know.
This is called the Tennessee Valley. So how are valleys created unless you're in like New Orleans
Okay.
with mountain ranges?
I get. I
We
get.
are literally, this town is surrounded by mountains all the way around. So
Okay. Who knew? All this Alabama knowledge today.
that's why my parents ultimately, moved here. We had come to visit when I was a little kid, and they came to visit my uncle, and my parents loved it. They thought it was beautiful here. And another benefit is my dad's mother wasn't here. My dad's mom was a fucking bitch.
Your grandmother, grandma.
I know. I never really called her that because I didn't care for her. She was mean.
Okay.
She was a bitch. She's one of those, like, me and my older brothers. My brothers are 5 years and 8 years older, and we would go over there, and they would get $1 each, and I'd get a quarter. And I like, bitch, I know the fucking difference. Give me $1. What?
So you're saying the reason that grandma was you were only a year.
No, that's just one of that, like, trying to set examples of why this woman, just a type of this woman would go drag my dad out of a bar by his ear and kick him in the ass, tell him to get home to his wife and kids.
That bitch.
No, first she would call 10 times, bug my mother. Where's Harry? Where's Harry? Where's Harry? The bitches just drove everybody nuts. So we were glad to get away from her.
Thank God she's dead. That's all I gotta say.
Oh yeah, well I didn't care for her. Sorry, didn't leave me nothing in the wheel either. So there you go.
I got a chance to the Creatures of the Night, Jason Almy, who's sometimes in here in the chat.
Yeah,
he has a show. Yeah, he has a show with the Inner Circle Network, and they talk conspiracies and stuff. And I called in there last night because of the whole ivermectin thing and why nobody's allowed to use it and why nobody's allowed to prescribe it. And then they said that was getting political. And I'm like, I don't understand why it's not political. Then I guess every conspiracy is political. What conspiracy?
Because the left makes it political.
Well, again, I guess every conspiracy is then political because unless you're talking about, no, even UFOs would be political. Because why aren't we allowed to know them? If the government knows and we don't know, then.
Well, there are some that I wouldn't label as political, like, flat Earth or the moon landing being fake or 9/11, whatever. I wouldn't label those as being, because those, you can believe in that and still be a left.
Oh, okay. So what you're saying, it's political. Okay, so left and right can believe in 9/11 was an inside job. And so then that makes it not. So if it's polarized by each side, if left and right take then that would make it political. Like just ivermectin, is the left and right opposed to it? I don't know. Just trying to say.
Well, the left supports whatever is being promoted by the White House, which right now is ivermectin bad, shot good.
See, now the Earth is about as flat as my stomach. See, that's a true statement. That is something that both sides can get behind. That is a true statement. So,
I love how the brainiac in the thing uses the wrong version of nose. Because Colin has a big nose.
Oh, so you basically. Oh, okay. It's a double.
I don't think he has a big nose. I don't think he has a big nose personally. But
you see, it's a double. It's a double meaning. He has a big nose, but he knows everything because he thinks he's a rocket scientist.
Well, now he's a Miata enthusiast because he finally bought one.
Oh, look at that!
Yeah, had a baby, buys a Miata,
2-seater. That's
your rocket scientist. Yeah, well, it's going to be him and his. I mean, when his woman, leaves him for buying a 2-seater car, he'll only need 2 seats.
It's not. Yeah, it's not a smart thing to do when you have a child to buy a 2-seater car. Where are you going to put the kid? And
I had a minivan, and when my kid moved in with her mom when she was like a teenager, I thought it was yay. I can go back to being selfish, and I bought a Corvette. So it was.
No, I understand. I mean, I had to trade. We had kids. We drove minivans. That's what we had to do. He saves on gas. That's just.
Well, I mean, the other thing about a Miata is when you're done with it, you can just like put it in your pocket, carry it with you. They're so tiny.
You know how it would be a great way to break up with somebody? The Jumbotron.
Oh, I saw that. The video that's on the article has an ad in the beginning, so you may want to like prime that before you share screen.
All right, well,
you do that, but
see what we can do here. I'll try to turn it down.
Yeah, I think this is a minor league baseball team in I think Akron, Ohio. I think it's the Akron Rubber Ducks, I think is the team's name. And when I didn't think you could get any gayer than the Rocket City Trash Pandas for a name, you got the Akron Rubber Ducks. And I guess you can, so I don't know if you buy it with an app or what, but you can buy advertisement on their Jumbotron.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this guy paid $5 to put a quick message on the Jumbotron that displayed during a game last week.
Let me see if I can do I have it here? There we go.
Did I mention it's truck month?
No, you didn't mention it was truck month. I don't know why we're mentioning it. It's truck month.
Because they rammed it down my throat today on the news.
Okay, here it is.
Cruel way to end a relationship, and it was seen and heard all around the world.
Alyssa, this relationship is over. From Tim.
Usually their birthday shout outs, congratulations, happy anniversary, and we got a breakup.
It happened last Thursday at the Akron Rubber Ducks game here at Canal Park. Kane says for $5, fans can purchase shout-outs that go on the scoreboard. This shout-out caught him completely off guard.
Going through the list, and then what the heck? Like do a double take as I'm typing it in.
The announcer didn't have a heads up about it, and when he read it, the crowd reacted.
When that happened, the crowd went pretty crazy. I mean, they were...
That's a good one right there.
What other, for $5, what other one would you want to put up there? Like, if you were in there, like, you dirty C word, I found out you're cheating, or...
How much to display a message on the Jumbotron?
I don't know. This is the cost of a T-shirt. I'll wear it. Doesn't matter.
The wife said he's letting all the females know that he's available now.
Yeah, Tim.
Because
How many
Tim.
Tims are in Ohio?
Oh shit! I wonder if that's the Tim I've been crushing on for the last 3 months.
Oh, I would imagine I don't know, but I just kind of thought this was a cool way of doing it. You would have been better if you knew where Tim was, and then you flashed the camera over to where they were when she reads that it's over.
But you found a chick who likes minor league baseball, obviously, because
they're in Ohio.
You must know she's watching the game.
Yeah, it's a cheap night. When you go to minor league baseball, it's a cheap night out. It's, I don't know, $10 for tickets. Beer is very reasonable. Food's very reasonable there. So it's not that big of a deal, but I thought
let me ask my wife, hey, do you give a flying shit about our local minor league baseball team? I'm going to guess the answer is going to be no.
Well, does she care about any sports? Is she a sports person?
Well, that's my point. How does this guy know that this chick was at this game? Unless he was with her. And if so, that's a bad ride home. Hopefully you met her there with different cars.
What you do is you get her to drive, you have the video, and then you Uber home. Right? That's a way of doing it.
I don't know.
I mean, what makes you so mad at your girlfriend that you break up with her over a message at a baseball field? She has to be there. She has to be there. Or
I would hope so. Otherwise, that's $5 that could have been put towards a beer or something.
$5. So, or the other thing is that maybe she went there with a bunch of friends and he's a jealous, very jealous person. For some reason, I'm censoring myself this morning. I don't understand why. Yeah, he's jealous, and he's like, "Well, that's it. I'm just going to make a $5 thing and just tell her it's over. Forget it. You went. I didn't want you to go, and you went to this ball game. And
I think I
couldn't
got
take
it.
me."
She sent him. Oh, sorry. He sent her to go and get a couple beers and some chips or something, or a hot dog, whatever. And the bitch came back and got the wrong kind of beer. Didn't get him any ketchup or no crowd on his dog. And he was like, I ain't tolerating this. I'm going to end this right now.
I wonder what the breakup was over. Like, here you go.
Yeah, he. We need more information here.
Is breaking up with a girlfriend because she ate the last frozen pizza. Is that a reason to break up with a girlfriend? Like, what was the dumbest reason you broke up with somebody?
If it's rent week, where that last Totino's in the fridge is very valuable. Yeah, those might be grounds if you like pizza.
Right. If she slept with his sister,
Hey, now that might be a reason to hang on to her.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I could do that at the family
Not your
gatherings.
sister, but you could talk her into other chicks that ain't related to you.
Okay, follow me here.
I'm trying
The
to.
problem is she slept with your sister. All right. So, but now, like, those two have been intimate. So anytime you're in a family gathering or something, that wouldn't bother you if your wife slept with your sister?
Well, I don't have one, so like, I can't. I don't have a basis for comparison. Like, if it was my brother, well, that'd be a problem.
Well, of course it's a problem if it's your brother. I get that, but I'm just
chick being with another chick to me is like a no harm, no foul kind of thing.
But it's not. It doesn't bother you that it would be your sister, and then you would be sitting at family gatherings, known that those two were together, and that wouldn't bother you. I think it'd bother me.
No, I mean, if that's the only time she ever swung that direction, and she didn't let me benefit from it.
Well, first of all, it's not the only. If she's sleeping with your sister, it's probably never. Maybe it could be, but I would imagine that bridge has been crossed a few times before that. Here's the deal: you're sitting at Thanksgiving dinner, and your sister's across from you, and you're sitting next to your wife, and then your sister makes a noise that only your wife makes in the throes of passion. Like, maybe she stretches back and goes, yeah, something like that. And you know that she knows that that's from her. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it at all, Bob. There's got to be a rule.
No.
Cousins, maybe. First cousins, I don't have a problem with. Second cousin, first cousins and all.
No, well,
sister, no. No sisters. No, I don't like that at all. That's too close. It's incest. No, kind of.
No.
Way.
It says girlfriend. He broke up with his girlfriend, not his wife.
Yeah, I still don't believe that you can. I don't know. That would bother me. I couldn't
get them in Alabama.
I would take her to a ball game, and for $5, I would say, this relationship is over. Well, it's different when you're married than when you're dating because it's lawyers and shit. I guess you'd have to get over it if you had kids. Let's see I broke up with a girl once because she drank my drink at the bar while I was in the bathroom and wouldn't buy me another one. You are a cheap piece of shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, why isn't he buying his girl drinks?
Right. What kind of bullshit is that? What a low life. What a low life way.
Well, I wouldn't call him that. It's just the way they do things these days.
That is a pussy way of doing something. Like you want her to buy you a drink. Be a man up, get her a drink.
Civility died with Generation X.
Well, it was top shelf liquor. They had top shelf liquor. I got a Long Island iced tea. It was like $7. I don't have $7. Let's stay home and drink. If you're out with your girlfriend, there's a certain amount of. If you're a man, you buy your women drinks. If she drank your drink, then she didn't have one. So then you're already falling down on your responsibility. Damn it. What? This is what's wrong with men today.
Well, isn't that part of why you take your woman out to the bar so you can
have a few drinks?
You know, liquor her up, talk her into a little of the no spot.
Yeah, or whatever. But you're there. You're the man. You're the provider.
Well, that too, but it's also to, you know, talk her into doing the unholiest of holies,
This right here, this what he says right here, it's give and take, John. No, that's a pussy move. If you're out with your woman, it's a date. It's a date. You buy your women drinks.
Argue about this in Discord.
I'm saying. She had a full drink, but she drank your drink. Well, then
drink your drink.
Drink. Good
God. You get some guy to buy you a drink.
No. Just buy your own alcohol.
That way.
It's ridiculous. Oh, that's right. I forgot he does do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He could get a guy to buy him a drink.
He's a selfish buy person.
Oh, so he lies too. This is a lie. He made this whole story up. You know what it is? Here's the thing. It's not a lie. It's a true story. He's getting crushed in here for doing that. And now all of a sudden he's trying to back out of it. Because that's what a puss that wouldn't buy your girlfriend a drink or break up with your girlfriend over a drink. Well, that's what a puss would do.
He just said earlier that he wanted to break up with his girlfriend currently because she ate the last $1.25 fucking frozen pizza that's in the.
I guess that was a lie too. That's it. I'm not putting any more of his stuff up. I can't trust him. He's a liar.
I mean, he probably gets like free food where he works. So,
is that really food? All that is a laxative.
Yeah, that shit should come with a roll of toilet paper in every bag.
I think they were saying, I saw this on TikTok, and I think this would fix the country. If we were going to fix the country just do one thing, this would actually fix the whole country. And basically what it is let's add another amendment to the Constitution. I think it's the 28th Amendment. I think there's 27. I don't know. I could be wrong. Here it is. This is perfect.
If you could add one amendment to the Constitution, what would it be?
As government must only be a position of public service and not financial enrichment, every member of Congress shall henceforth and in perpetuity receive no more compensation in any form from any source during the tenure of their term than a yearly salary equal to the annual median income of the citizens of the state that they represent.
Perfect. There it is.
Well said.
Right? So in other words, no more back deals, no more going in the Congress and coming out a multimillionaire. More.
They need to they need to tighten up the freaking lobby laws too, because it's ridiculous. They get so much. There's just too much outside influence in Washington D.C. That's what's ruining everything. That's why we have this entire pandemic.
Well, not only that, but that's why you can't talk about ivermectin. That's why we got to worry about what we say. We don't want to get thrown off of YouTube or Twitch.
You can't even talk about natural immunity being 6.7 times greater than the jab immunity.
Right. Even though there's a study out that proves it. God forbid.
Yeah, not just some little Mexican medical school like study, but like a real one.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. But what they say is, it's not enough. It's not peer reviewed. It's not this. It's not that. They've got 1,000 reasons why they can't do it.
Are we allowed to play the Tucker clip?
Sure. You want to?
You brave enough? I can bring it up.
I thought it was just an audio.
Well, yeah, okay. It may very well be. So you can go ahead.
I'll hit it.
This is something that you have suggested for an awfully long time. And it looks like now we have proof. Is that what we're looking at?
Yeah, we've had these debates now for 19 months in the medical community. And as we're seeing vaccinated immunity wane over 6 months, it turns out natural immunity is about 19 months into this pandemic. It's effective, it's durable, and it's going strong. And I think a lot of public health officials have been afraid to acknowledge that because they're worried people will just go out there and get the infection and not the vaccine. Look, I want people to get the vaccine. If they're non-immune, I think the vaccine saves lives. But let's be honest with people. The hesitancy with vaccination is because we've not been honest with things. We've not been honest about natural immunity. We've not been honest with the data. We should say complications from the vaccine, they happen, they occur, they're extremely rare, and it favors vaccination over natural immunity. But we got to acknowledge natural immunity is real. This study had 700,000 people in Israel. It affirms 14 other studies. And another one from Israel showed it was 6.7 times natural immunity was over vaccinated immunity. And the reason is you probably get more of an antibody response to the entire surface of the virus, not just the spike protein. And you get a cellular response, that is the B and T cell response, that may be more durable as well.
So what are they going to do? Why is it that if you've had COVID and you've survived, then why can't you have that as part of your passport or whatever you need to get into different?
Well, there could be two reasons. Well, okay, three reasons. One, the powers that be are grossly misinformed. Two, it's all about, money. They want to sell more shots. Three, there's a underlying tinfoil hat version of why everybody needs this chemical in them.
Did I see an article? And maybe I can Google this while we talk about this, but was there an article that Japan has now stopped the Moderna because they found some kind of metallic?
In Japan, there was a Japanese news story that came out that a certain batch of the Moderna they'd found metal particles in it somehow. I don't know all of it, but some say that was just a story paid for by Pfizer. Some say it's true. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't think it's. I think they pulled the lot. There was a big thing that was out yesterday. It's not on our board. I don't know if you caught it. I think Timcast was actually the ones who kind of dug this up in West Virginia, because I think that's where he's at. He's either in South Pennsylvania or in like northern West Virginia. He did a thing where he actually contacted the government about this and got them to actually respond, where there was a truckload of the Moderna vax that actually wrecked on interstate, like I forget what the number was, like 79, something like that. And it was an accident. It was just a truck had jackknifed and went off the road. And they called out the Department of Defense, and they had a 5-mile no-fly zone around that area.
Really?
For a truck accident.
With just the vaccine in the truck. That was the only thing.
It raised red flags. Like, okay, you're worried about like it being a biohazard. Sure. Then get hazmat, they get the FDA, get the EPA. But why the Department of Defense and a no-fly zone for 5 miles? I don't understand that angle.
It is weird. I can't put my finger on it. Why they're so, all of a sudden they're so pro-vaccine, especially the Biden administration, especially since Trump, was the one that kind of started this thing, and it was under Trump, and now all of a sudden it's Biden.
Well, every other ailment we've ever gotten, like the first plan of attack was never a vaccine. It was a therapeutic of some sort, because when you initiate a vaccine, especially with a flu-like virus, it inevitably creates new variants.
That's why we have the Hong Kong flu, what we call Hong Kong flu. There's different flus. I don't know. I can't remember. Swine flu.
There's the bird flu, swine flu. Yeah, you've got
swine flu, Hong Kong flu. Yeah.
SARS-CoV-1, SARS-CoV-2.
Oh, that's more of a cold virus.
They're all coronaviruses. They're all same.
I don't know. I think the flu is different than the coronavirus. Whatever. I'm not. Hey, listen. Believe it or not, I'm not a virus.
I'm not either.
Right.
I'm not either.
But you got to be careful, because You could go to a super spreader event.
If you ain't at the rally, then where the fuck you at?
Is that her too?
Made that video from the Sturgis motorcycle rally 2 weeks ago, and you all hated me. You said to come back and make another video in 2 weeks when I was on my deathbed on a ventilator. You hated my hair. You called me a hillbilly. You said you could see the COVID in the air. You called me COVID Karen, and you wished death on me. Well, guess what, bitches? It's been 2 weeks and no sign of Rona at all. I did 10 days of the Sturgis motorcycle rally, and I had a fucking blast. Get off your couch. Start living. Stop being afraid. Peace. Long live the queen.
Okay, you don't do peace and then double birdies.
I think it was perfect. I love it.
I know me. If I did a video like that, the next day I'd be on a fucking ventilator. So I just have the worst luck. That's why
She is kind of tap dancing on the minefield right there.
Yeah, careful what you wish for. You just might get it.
Well, that cracks me up is like if you go to a motorcycle rally where mostly conservatives are, it's a super spreader event. But if you have a birthday party for 700 people, for a former president, or if you have a Black Lives Rally protest with, thousands of people, that's fine. But that's not a super spreader event. But this with the motorcycles and the white people and the conservatives and the Love America, that we cannot have that. We can't like this country. This country's a piece of shit. Meanwhile, everybody's pouring in here. They can't wait to get in here. God bless America.
It's not my job to tell anybody what to do. You want to go to a biker rally? Go to a biker rally.
Go to a biker rally.
I don't care what you do. None of my damn business. I don't have to live with your decisions.
Take 2 masks and make a bra out of them.
I got this video and I wanted to share it. It's not on the board, but I think it's going to go over just fine.
Mm-hmm. You just got chick rolled. Now that's talent.
That's my new segment, Chick Rolling John.
Oh, chick rolling. So, all right, explain chick rolling, please. So if I do something that you don't like, you chick roll me.
Do you know what Rick rolling is?
Yeah, Rick rolling is like you want to see something, so you click on it, and then all of a sudden that
you
song
get Rick Astley Never Gonna Give You Up video.
Oh, right. Yes.
Right, which is the cheesiest of cheese.
Gotcha. It is.
So now I'm gonna every now and then I'm gonna pull up a video and you're gonna get chick rolled.
Did you see who's the guy? Dave Grohl. What band is he in? I can't think of the name of the band.
The super spreading event having Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters. So he was at an event, and those Christians, the God hates fags people, were out there protesting.
Oh, for what?
I don't know. I have no idea why they were protesting, but they were protesting his concert. And what he did was he got a flatbed and he got the band on there and he pulled out to him and he started playing the Never Gonna Give You. He actually Rick rolled him.
Seriously?
Yeah, he drove by. I wonder.
That's awesome.
Let me see if I can pull that up. Let me do it real quick. Let me give it a goog real quick.
Got it right here. Oh, there's no audio.
Now,
was there audio for you?
Yeah, there was audio for me.
There was no audio for me now.
Oh,
it's doing that again.
You didn't get chicken rolled? Chicken roll. Chicken roll.
I affectionately named that Chick Roll.
Chick roll. Dave Grohl looks like the drummer from the rock.
Devin, you know how you react to my dad jokes? Double that.
Give him a chick roll.
No.
They dusted off Rudy Giuliani, and he had to something to say.
I saw him come out and say something, and it's just like I was just so disinterested because why doesn't he just go away with all the shit that has been thrown in his direction since the Borat thing? He just needs to go away.
You think so? I don't know. I like a good Julie roll, and since you chick rolled me, I'm going to Rudy roll you.
I'm not sure we have a president. I'm not when I don't see the president of the United States on television until 5 days after Americans are being held in captivity. We don't even hear his voice for 5 days. When I'm used to seeing John Kennedy or Jimmy Carter or Ronald Reagan or Donald Trump coming out within hours of any kind of catastrophe and leading the nation. I can't think of a president who has ever advocated his responsibility like this. But let's get beyond that. There are lives still at stake, and there are things that still can be done. Maybe this should be part of an impeachment hearing, or maybe it should be part of a hearing. But why the hell did we give up the Bagram Air Force Base? This is a no-brainer. I'm not even going to address this to the president. I don't think he understands. I'll address it to whoever is running the country, and we don't know who it is. Who is the biggest threat to the United States long-term? China. I don't expect Joe can say it because he's gotten so much money from them, and that's disgusting. Millions of dollars to the Biden family from our chief adversary, China. But in any event, Joe, just go step aside, go downstairs somewhere and sleep, because you do better than when you get on television. When you get on television, you embarrass the hell out of the United States. And by the way, you've dishonored us. When America doesn't keep its word, you've dishonored yourself for 30 years taking money for your office. You are now dishonoring us. Just step out of the way if you can't do what a decent, honorable man would do in this situation.
I think he needs to practice what he preach.
No, I'm with him. Absolutely, he has. He's embarrassed the country. Who's running this country? You know, it's not Joe Biden because he says, "Oh, they tell me I'm supposed to ask this person first, or I'm not allowed to answer questions."
I actually saw the aftermath of that. He when he come out and did that clip where he said, "They gave me a list here. I was supposed to call on so and so from NBC," and he pointed at him. And the person next to them actually spoke, and he gave an answer that was pre-written, that was for somebody else, and it didn't even address the question that was asked by the reporter. So then he caught himself and goes, "That was actually for the person next to you that I originally called on."
So I had to answer to the question that you didn't even ask.
Exactly.
So they knew what the question was. They would be able to formulate an answer. He calls the person next to him, answers a completely different question. So that's why I keep calling him Judy. Rudy is right. We don't have a president. We have this old dotard fool that they installed.
He has yet to make a public appearance in the last, I'd say, at least year. That was like, you could go, okay, that was good. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't mean what he said out of his mouth. I don't mean the overall context of what he said. I'm talking about he didn't stumble, stammer, stutter, look retarded, pause, long, really awkwardly long pauses, look lost.
Well, yesterday he was supposed to come out, address the press. He was 2 hours late. I don't know, maybe he shit his pants before he went on. They had to change his diaper, clean him up. And then they walked him out. He came out. He gave the speech. I couldn't take it. I cut out after about half of it. Did he even answer any questions afterwards, or did he turn around and walk off? Did he sneak out of that statement like a cat that shit on the rug? Which is
when they did that with the Pentagon.
The Pentagon one, that guy just was like, "I'm not taking any more. I can't answer these questions."
He refused to answer it. I mean, I've got it right.
Hey,
right
hold up.
Give me a second.
Hey, you take your time, Bob.
No, yeah, I've
We're
got
here
it
for you.
Here, this is. I kind of thought that it'd be nice to have the entire thing, so we have more context to this. But this is still this is a bitch move.
It is a pitch move.
Okay, I think we're going to call it a day. No, we're going to call it a day, Lucas. Lucas, I appreciate it very much.
If thousands of ISIS prisoners were released in
Thank you
jail
all
by the
for coming
Taliban,
today. I appreciate
is that
it.
evidence
Thank you
that the
very
Taliban
much.
ISIS might be in?
So basically, and God forbid that the guy asked this question. The question was, since the Taliban and ISIS prisoners were released from the prisons, would that mean that ISIS and ISIS and who was the other one? Taliban are in charge.
Taliban.
And he's like, you know what? I'm not answering these questions. That's it. I don't have any answers for this. I'm going to look like a moron up here. So I'm just going to take my ball. I'm going to go home. This is the worst administration I've ever seen. And I lived through Jimmy Carter as president.
I did too.
He's the worst.
Mr. Peanut.
I would take Richard Nixon. I'm not a crook. I would take him over this guy. He was a crook.
Oh, I think what Nixon did, or what his admin did, was like nothing compared to what's going on now. Nothing.
I don't know why. And again, I blame the whole country. Why isn't everybody complaining to Congress, to their Congress people, to have him removed? Right now, listen, I think that this is going to happen. I'm not sure when, but right now they're trying to remove Nancy Pelosi because she won't even bring it up for a vote. So now they're trying to get rid of her. And you know that teeth clacking, false boob wearing, wig humping, no mask wearing bitch will not have her. That's why that they will not allow. She will not allow her power to go over Joe. If it's her or Joe, it's going to be Joe. That's all I'm saying. You big silicone sack waving gooseneck.
Let me share a screen here. Let me get this one out first. Remove from studio. Share.
I think the president's doing a fantastic job.
So can't read any of this, sorry, but
you read it to us, Bob. You do it.
Pile of raw chicken on airport luggage carousel prompts a warning from the TSA. The TSA called it a personal foul on the carousel. So when transporting perishable items like raw meat, the TSA recommends that it's placed in a sealed container with ice or dry ice. The organization recently shared a video of an incident that shows why this is important. Now, I don't have the video. The video is nowhere in this article, but the TSA, and I'm not on Instagram, so I'm not going over there for it. The TSA Instagram page posted a video from Seattle, Washington that shows a pile of raw chicken pieces riding on the luggage conveyor belt. So we'll go to that.
No more of your long stories, all right? Yeah.
Shut I'm doing an article, you dumb fuck.
Hey, you know what, guys? This right here, this.
I don't know why that's funny.
I'm just saying. I don't understand. It was a complete topic change, but okay. So what's going on with the chicken? Now that I'm interested.
That was found on the luggage carousel. Just a pile of raw meat,
I think it probably was in a box, frozen. Again, I'm just thinking, how did this happen? It was in a box, frozen. It started to thaw. The box got wet. The box fell apart. The chicken's still frozen together, and it came out like that. Right? Look, even the chicken's confused.
I don't know. Am I allowed to talk?
Sure, go ahead.
Am I going to hear Peter Griffin?
It depends. I don't know. I can't. I don't know. We'll find out. That's the beauty of this show.
Let's go to a story John wants to do.
Oh, go ahead.
Fuck you. Fun.
You get all. You know, it's so funny. You get off. You can do that to me, and it's fine, right? I don't say anything. I just let it go.
If I'm talking about back in the day when I was in 10th grade, that's different. Make those drops. I get it. Land the fucking plane. I'm doing an article here.
I understand. It was okay. You can't take it when somebody does something to you. That's what I'm saying.
If it's properly placed, I can. When it's
okay. I didn't do it correctly. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you did it wrong.
I kind of think I did it right because now you can't even do the chicken story. Do you want me to do the chicken story? I'll do the chicken story. Go ahead, do the chicken story. Let's do the chicken story.
Fine, I'll do it. Hold on, I got to bring it back up.
You know, that's the name of this.
Son of a bitch.
The title of this podcast now is The Chicken Story.
Is it?
It's going to be. Absolutely. Now I want to hear about the chicken story. You've piqued my interest about the chicken.
You fucking jackass. There's your chicken story, asshole. Hey,
somebody put raw chicken in a plane and it ended up on a luggage rack. I don't know how
they have rules for that.
How is that a story?
I didn't know that they allowed you to carry raw meat with you on a plane.
Okay, all right, I'll buy that. I'll buy that they didn't that somebody was smuggling frozen chicken. It's not raw; it's frozen. It couldn't stick together like that in a big cooked. Put the picture back.
If it's not cooked, it's raw. It doesn't matter if it's frozen or thawed.
Okay,
raw chicken is raw chicken.
Uncooked chicken. It was uncooked chicken
right here,
frozen. I'll put it up. Where's the article? I don't understand. There's pile of raw chicken. All right, let me get that.
Yeah, all right.
I like the chick roll. I like that. I'm psyched for it. Oh, why can't? Where is it? Here it is. There's no way that chicken is not frozen. I mean, it could not stay in a square like that, all piled on top of each other.
Well, in the article, they discussed the rules for flying raw meat. I just didn't. Why have you ever been like, you know what? We're going to Vegas this weekend. That's right. I'm gonna bring me some ribs raw, so I can just barbecue them. Like when you get there, just go buy some ribs at the grocery store. So that's what you want.
This is what it is. That somebody was going, a redneck was going to Seattle, Washington, probably one of the Proud Boys, and they were going to have a contest. And they were going to do barbecue, and they said, you know what? We don't want none of that liberal Washington chicken. We want some good old fashioned conservative.
We don't need none of that free range bullshit. We want the
plump, juicy
ones that are blind and don't have any bones.
Never put a foot on the ground. That's the kind of chicken we want. We want antibiotic, plumped up chicken. You know, they go from chicks to 8 pounds in about 3 weeks. That's the kind of chicken we want. That's the makes the best chicken. So if we're going to go up there and feed our Proud Boys, we're going to use that chicken. So they froze some chicken. And they put it on the plane to go up there, and it fell apart. And this is what we have. Frozen chicken.
I just didn't know that you were allowed to fly with raw meat. I guess I learned something every day.
Raw meat. I'm sure there's a bunch of shit that they put. Well, here, okay. Let's go with this.
Could you bring that on the plane if you said that was your emotional support animal?
Maybe. I don't think. I think they. First of all, I think it has to be a lot. But when you go on an airplane, they take and they X-ray every piece of luggage that goes on there. And the reason I know that is because one time I put my luggage, I checked the bag, and inside of it was an iPad, and they saw that it was some kind of device, and they broke the lock on my luggage. Yeah. And then they put a piece of tape on there that said that they went in there and checked the bag.
Yeah.
So when they X-rayed this bag and saw it was nothing but chicken, why did they put it on the plane? Or why would they allow this on the plane?
What do you think that cost?
The chicken? About $3.65 a pound.
To ship.
Oh.
On a plane.
I don't know. I think
I just don't understand why you need to carry that with you wherever you're going and not just buy some. I don't know. Maybe where they were going don't sell chicken. I don't know.
Well, it looks like, again, Bob, just from looking at the picture, these are chicken halves. Right? They're not broken down into, so these are like, they're not roasters because I can see the other side. So it looks like they're broken down into halves. So I'm not sure, or maybe these were pets. I don't know enough. But all I'm saying is that there were so many failures on so many levels that this chicken got to this point where they could take a picture of it. And I'm so glad that you brought this story up.
Hey, you know what, guys? This right here, this
How dare you?
conversation, this could be a podcast.
That's what I say to you, Bob.
It's called a little get back. hey, that okay, just because it was in an airplane, does that make it fast food?
No, and then the other thing, it wasn't fast food. It was just a bunch of frozen chicken.
When it was in the airplane going.
It was pretty fast. It's probably about 600 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's pretty fast.
Maybe.
Would probably rather eat that shit raw than eat what they actually had on the plane to eat. I've never eaten airplane food. Have you? Like a meal?
Yeah, of course I have. Yeah.
I've never eaten them. I've never like flown anywhere where they were like, here, what do you want? A bag of peanuts.
Speaking of mystery meat,
why don't you share your entire window there, ding dong?
Well, I was up, so I figured I would go with it. You took it down. Okay.
I mean, you can put it back in.
I will.
Spit on it first.
Now I have to share my screen. Stop sharing. Share my screen again because Bob kicked me out.
Well, it was down there. You could just add it back.
This is why I don't like having other people having control. You know me, I'm a control freak.
Too many cooks in the kitchen.
Woman dumps backpack with suspected human remains. So here's a story that doesn't have enough information, and I don't know why. In other words, they're speculating that these are human remains, but now all of a sudden everybody's keeping their mouth shut.
How do they not know?
Well, they found the backpack, and it apparently had some meat in it, or meat-like product.
Was this at an airport on the carousel?
No, it was at a Virginia store dumpster. They haven't released her name yet. They spotted her placing the backpack in the dumpster at the Gabe's discount store. And the employees...
If you're going to do this, do it in a dumpster behind a butcher.
Well, I mean, she saw the lady putting something in there. She thought that was odd. They called the police. Police come. They find the backpack in there. They pull the backpack out, and there's blood on it. So they open up the backpack, and they think it's human remains. But that's it. Like, they didn't say... I mean, you would think that there would be more to this story. Or, what did they find? Did they find a drumstick? Did they find a leg? Did they find a thigh? Is this the baby? Like, what would be in here? Like, if we think if it was a baby, they would say, we found a baby in a backpack. Like, maybe she had a baby and didn't want the baby and killed the baby, put it in a backpack and dumped it in a dumpster. No? Where's that chicken?
Or she had a dog she got, mad at.
Well, why would they say it's human remains? You would think there'd be fur on a dog.
It said suspected.
Suspected?
Well, you could gut a deer and then put all the
skin the deer
trails in a bag, and they wouldn't know, like right off the bat with just a naked eye, without taking it to whatever the morgue or whatever. And looking at
she looks like she's either late teens, early 20s. I don't know, maybe she could be 30. Never can tell nowadays. I don't know why I'm getting perv alert. Because she's a woman? Or she's in shorts? Why is there a perv alert?
Because you're eyeballing this chick in a way I'm not comfortable with.
I'm saying that maybe she had a baby and she didn't want the baby, so she killed the baby, put it in a backpack and put it in here. But you would think that would lead the story. If it bleeds, it leads. If it dies, it flies.
Yeah, you're a regular monk.
All right, that's enough of you. How much more time do we have before I get rid of you? 6 minutes. 6 minutes till I get done with you.
Done with me.
Yes.
How many in your years, you've been doing this 9 years now?
Yes. Podcasting?
And, yeah. How many podcasts have you seen just go away?
Of my own?
Well, no, okay, not including your own, because I don't want you to have to get out your abacus, but how many can just fade away? I mean, just here, recently we've seen some that were kind of in our little group just kind of like fade away, and like say like Small Town Mentality. Ben just decided to quit doing it for a while. I don't know if he's quit. We didn't get an episode out of him. I don't know that he talked about it. He was going to take a leave of absence, or if he's done with it. But I mean, here's why we have Patrick Michael to.
Well, okay. So the thing about podcasting is, if you're doing it for whatever reason you're doing it for. When you don't achieve that, or okay, let's just use me. I enjoy doing this. It's fun. So I'm not trying to make any money at it. I don't care. I just do this for fun. So when it stops being fun, it's time to end the podcast. Some people, they decided that they wanted to make this their career. So they threw money at it and bought stuff. And then when it becomes a money drain and it's not a positive cash flow, then they decide to give it up. This podcasting is a lot of work, a ton of work. So you can put a lot of time and effort into it. And then the other thing is maybe that topic is, that you're doing it on, there's nothing left to talk about.
Well, in the last 18 months, I mean, I guarantee there's probably over a million podcasts that were new that just ceased.
Because it sounds no, I think we got more because of COVID, because people had more.
Yeah, you had more lockdowns, so everybody was. Dude, last year you couldn't get a decent microphone. Like you couldn't get the Q2Us were sold out, and part of that is because of the Zoom meetings. People having to work from home, so they had to buy the gear that they needed to do that and do a better job. Not everybody did that. Most people just use like their AirPods or whatever, but. You had a lot of podcasts start up last year whenever, COVID lockdowns became a thing. But
it's so easy to do now. You can go to Anchor or a bunch of other places and have a podcast up in 15 minutes. The problem is everybody was going to Anchor. They're like, hey, let's do a podcast. And then they would do it 3 or 4 times. They're like, this sucks. And I don't mean
a lot of work for 9 downloads.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. And they look at the downloads and they're like, 15 downloads. What are you kidding me? What are we doing? So I think that's why part of it. I think people think that just because they put up a podcast, they're going to get thousands of listeners. And it takes a long time, unless you're a celebrity. Like if you're a celebrity, you have an audience already. They'll come and watch your podcast. But if you're a nobody like you, it takes a while to build an audience. Right?
Sure it does.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't think people have the stomach or the tenacity to continue to do it.
So do you think is it polite? Is it good etiquette or whatever if you're going to take a long leave of absence, or if you're just going to give it up for good to maybe put that in an episode? Maybe, this will be my last episode. I've really enjoyed doing this. Thank you guys for being there, listening, blah, 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 blah. But I came across a TikTok video, which I'm not going to share because I don't want to shit on this one, woman for doing this. This was on Twitter. It was liked by somebody else who puts crap in my feed. And it was a minute and 38 of her explaining. So that's with a heavy heart that I bring you this news. I'm a mom, I'm a mother of 2, and the time it just takes so much of my time. And it's like, just stop podcasting. Nobody's going to care. My take on that was like, I'm sure you're a nice person. You probably did a great show. I don't know. Never listened to it, never cared to, but nobody cares. Like, you don't owe us an explanation of why you're not going to do it anymore. Just say, you know what? Don't have time. I'm done.
I would rather see somebody in podcasting do that, because you have people listening. They're like, what happened? Or everybody has fans. Even you, Bob, you have fans.
So
if you just dropped off and stopped podcasting, your fans would wonder where you went, what happened to you. And I think that you owe it to your fans to tell them why you stopped podcasting.
But I would do that in my last episode. I would make one more episode, try to make it a banger, and at the end of it, say, you know what, do a 10 minutes of whatever. I thank you guys for listening. I appreciate everything, every download, every interaction, blah 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 blah. But I'm over it. I'm moving on in life. Maybe I'll be back. I don't know. But for now,
I would rather see that from a podcast. And even if she shared it on social media, because the people that followed her podcast probably followed her on social media, I'd rather see that than these twits that are on, like, in a Facebook group, and they get their panties all twisted up and they announce that they're leaving Facebook. I am not going to be part of Facebook anymore. Oh, that's happening here. And they go on this big, listen, this isn't an airport. You do not have to announce your departure. Just leave. No one gives a shit.
Yeah.
That, to me, I agree. But I would think in podcasting, you kind of owe your fans a
you keep doing that, like that slip.
Yeah, I mean, everybody has a fan.
Well, I don't know what the numbers are now. I know back in early July, the numbers were there were 3.5 million podcasts on the index, and about 600,000 of them were actually updated within the last 30 days. So that means that there were 600,000 active podcasts. Out of the 3.5 million, you can quit podcasting. Nobody cares.
See, when podcasting first started, and even now, if you want to truly do a podcast that I would say as a business venture, whether you're making money or you're using it to as a marketing tool for your business, there's a certain investment in it. There's a certain investment in equipment, and if you can't edit, to have an editor, and and going through social media and putting it out on social media, there's an investment in time,
all the content,
right? All that. There's this big giant investment in that. When that investment becomes too much, that's when you have to stop.
Yeah.
But now, like, anybody with a $60 microphone can go over to Anchor and talk about whatever they want to talk about. Let's just take a picture. Let's just take a topic. I'm just trying to think some topic off my head that happened. Okay. OnlyFans. All right.
Sure.
I would imagine right now that if you went to a podcasting app and then searched OnlyFans, just the OnlyFans, that there's at least 5 podcasts about OnlyFans.
Oh, just about that, and that's the entire.
Right. Is there any way you can do that? Let me see. I can probably do it here too.
I'm sure there is. I'm not going to do it, but yeah.
Oh, give me a chance. Hang on.
In the meantime, I'll armpit fart Star Spangled Banner for you.
Come on.
What?
Where? I thought we had podcasting apps on here. Where is it? I would imagine. I don't use it because I don't use the Apple podcasting app. But I would think it would be in here. While you're doing your thing, I'll see if I can find it.
I'm not doing anything.
You're not doing anything. Where's my whole music? Damn it.
God, you're so demanding.
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
We appreciate you
You're a little
waiting.
something.
One of our team members will be with you soon.
All right.
Don't you mouth off to me, or I'm gonna slap you right in your penis.
All right, here we go. You shut the music off.
We appreciate.
I'm trying.
All right, so there you go. There's OnlyFans secrets, coffee and cleavage. I don't think. Welcome to the shit show. These look like they're just OnlyFans
episodes. Those are probably just episodes where they have OnlyFans in their description or SEO, whatever.
So here we go. OnlyFans secrets. Welcome to the OnlyFans Secret Podcast, where you'll learn about marketing, branding, promotion, best practices for OnlyFans success. Hosted by Richard
A. Cranium,
owner of OnlyFans. Wow, look at that. So he's got a podcast. How many episodes?
How many episodes? Well, it looks like quite a few.
Yeah.
That's a lot of spank information.
Right. Let's see what else we got here. And then here's one.
If that's the owner, you'd think his artwork would be better.
The OnlyFans cast. No nudes, just NB. OnlyFans cast of the NBA. Okay, so that's an unfortunate thing.
That's a very unfortunate.
Let's see if there's.
But it has a chick that's like bent over like that. I mean, what's that?
Yeah, I would think.
I mean, it looks like it could be for the website OnlyFans, not.
Yeah. Anyhow, I'm just saying. What I'm saying is that you could find you could have any topic, and there's a podcast about it.
Like electric bicycles.
Electric bicycles. You could use, I'm sure. I'm sure.
You notice how I didn't instantly go to something perverted?
Well, what are you trying to say?
You can't help it. You're a perverted old man.
I am a perverted old man. All right, I'm trying to think of something else that would be drones. There, that's not sexual.
Cigars.
Okay, I'll do cigars.
Like the Herfcast.
I know there's tons on cigars, but I'm just thinking drones.
How about chain smoking during podcasts?
No, I don't think. Look, there's tons of them. I'll show you. I'll share my screen again. Ask Drone U, Drone Update, the Pixel Drone Show, the Drone Pro Podcast.
I've listened to a couple of these and I couldn't take it because all they do is drone on about everything.
Oh, I just gave you a dad joke, didn't I?
Yes.
All right, we've been over an hour. I'm 6 minutes into overtime with you when I didn't even want to be.
Oh yeah, God forbid. Yeah, I forgot. We have to clock out, or the boss is gonna be mad having to pay us overtime.
You big baby.
You're a big baby.
Big baby, you.
You're a big baby.
We are doing this every day.
So are we? Okay, is there going to be an episode in the morning, or are we gonna?
Oh, okay. We need to talk about that. All right. So there, believe it or not, the fans have been screaming for an evening show because we do this at 9 a.m. And I said, okay, well, if you, Bob, I'll do an evening show once a week. So do you want to do it? I say yes, if you can get permission from your better half.
Yeah. I mean, she's cool with it. Tomorrow, so tomorrow night, Thursday night, we'll do it. 8 p.m. Central, 9 Eastern. What do you want to do?
Is that what you want to do? Sure.
We could. Okay. 8 p.m.
8 p.m. So 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Pacific time.
Gonna get some prime time Boomer Bunker.
Right. We'll be here prime time, and we'll see how that works out.
What about your black fan? Is it going to be there?
Yes, of course. What do you think? I'm taking my black fan down? There's no way. That's my only black fan.
Yeah.
See, I got dad jokes too.
See, would that be a website? Only black fans?
It'd
be a bunch of white girls.
I saw a TikTok where a teacher said, you know what? From now on, teachers, if you're going to use a news source from the British BBC, what's British something communicate
black?
Yeah, she says, say British, whatever. Don't say BBC because you'll get a lot of snickers.
Yeah, well, isn't that the British Broadcasting Company?
British Broadcasting Company. Thank you, British Broadcasting Company. Yeah, you gotta say British Broad. Don't say BBC.
Big black C word.
Big black cock.
You're so disgusting.
I know. God forbid. Can't say cock. Whatever. All right, Bob. Do you have a dad joke that you want to end with? Or are we just going to end the show?
One.
Okay.
I heard this rumor about butter, but I'm not going to spread it.